It's on. It's on.
Matthew 3.
I want to thank everybody for chiming in. This is Watchman Yahudah Israel, also known as Pastor Derek Mann on early. What I see on this fourth day in February 2018. Hallelujah! I got it right. I don't drink. Looking at me like that.
Enough rest.
Hallelujah. Hey, let's go to Matthew's, right? Let's go to Matthew's, y'all.
Matthew's what?
3. And we're going to start at the 13th verse. And we are completely dependent on y'all to pull some food out of this. So y'all be prayerful.
I guess I'm on kid duty, huh?
Yeah, but she's on her way.
Okay, y'all want to come downstairs?
Thank you.
Huh?
Look what it says. Then cometh Yahushua from Galilee on to Jordan, on to Yachanan, or on to John, to be baptized of him. But Yachanan forbade him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee, and comest thou to me? And Yahushua answered and said unto him, Suffer to be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him. And Yahushua, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water, and lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Ruah of Yah descending like a dove, and lighting upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven, saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Okay. Here we go. Yahushua coming from Galilee. Mute your phone if you can. Whoever just chimed on, please mute your phone. Please. Yahushua came from Galilee on to Yachanan. They call him John, right? To be baptized of him. Now, Yachanan's response was, I need to be baptized of thee. And people have a tendency to, like, in all due respect, right, from a respect standpoint, they like to defer to Yah. Defer. Have a state of mind to defer, right? Like, you hear people say stuff like, I'm going to pray about it. You going to pray about stop lying? People have a tendency to want to, like, defer, negating our personal responsibility and contribution to salvation. We all have a job to do, and we have a role to play, and we really need to get that. We need to, the best thing we can do for ourselves, right, is stop being religious and start participating. Stop being complacent to having a form of godliness and denying the power thereof, right? Like, okay, I'm not going to go there yet, but it's in my head all of a sudden. I mean, it's in my heart anyway, so I'm probably going to go there. But the Messiah is coming, he's salvation. He is the literal salvation, right? He's our salvation, right? He's the one that died on the tree for our sins. He's the one that lived a perfect life. He's the one that came in the volume of the book. People start even a doctrine saying it's Jesus alone. And that's to infer that he did everything. We get to kick back as sinners. We're sinners saved by grace, right? We ain't got to do nothing but just believe that he did it. Show up and then we get the reward, right? And it's a workless state of mind that people get lost in. It's a workless state of mind, right? I'll defer to him. It's a workless state of mind. People think that's righteous, defer to him, and they say dumb stuff like, what, he couldn't do it all? What you trying to say? What he did wasn't enough? Man, go on with that, man. What he did was more than enough. Now pay your bills or get put out. Or live right and go to hell. Period. And he did everything, but you satanic in what you kicking. That deferred state of mind, right? So him being the perfect sacrifice, him living the life that was necessary, him being the perfect example is fantastic. But he came to Yachanan. They call him John. But he came to Yachanan to be baptized. You baptize me. Because he had a job to do, and his job required the participation of John. John had to do something. John had to step up to the plate and do his part. But he took a religious position. Oh, man, I can't baptize you. Man, go on with all that, man. Nobody want to hear that. Ain't nothing of us perfect. Man, go on with that. There's some things that we need to do when it comes to fulfilling righteousness. There's some things that we personally need to do. Quit always trying to defer to Yah. Folks want to pray about it. You going to support the ministry? I got to pray about it. Man, go on with that, man. Are you serious? What happened? Oh, yeah, but it's still cool. Don't worry. But we got to understand, like when the word talks about works, just to clear it up, right? Just for clarification purposes, right? When the word talks about works and talk about when it's not saved by works, you got to understand the context. It's talking about the works of the law. It's talking about being justified by the 10 Commandments, the carnal commandments written on stone. That's exactly what it's talking about. It's talking about carnal commandments. You feel that through a carnal commandment you can be righteous with Yah. Well, you can't, because the wages of sin is death, and all have sinned and come short. You commit one sin, you're worthy of death. Period. So you cannot get a list of rules and regulations that you're going to keep that's going to qualify you for heaven. You can't do it. And we're even born in sin because of our forefather, the first Adam. So you cannot. This is all by what they call grace. Unmerited favor. So go on with the law, your merit, the works of the law. But does that mean there's no works? No, it said you're free from the works of the law through faith. Well, then when you examine faith without works is dead. So faith itself has works as well. They're just not predicated on a carnal commandment. They're predicated on relationship by the moving of his spirit inside of you. You got to do something too. All the way down, even when you look at St. John 3:16, when it says, for Yah so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life, right? Our job is to believe, right? For Yah so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you look at Hebrews, the 4th chapter, when it talks about like believing is obeying. If you read Hebrews, the 4th chapter, it explains to you that believing is obeying and not obeying is disbelief. So the belief that's necessary to fulfill St. John 3:16 is the type of belief that obeys. Just like the type of faith that is not dead does what Yah say, like Abraham did. Abraham heard the word and he obeyed it. So we have to participate in our salvation. You want to be real about it? We're going to participate in everything. Everything. You got to tow up family, you're going to have to participate to fix it.
That's right.
You got to tow up marriage, you're going to have to participate to fix it. Or it's going to be tow up. We got to learn to assume responsibility for whatever the heck is going on and quit always deferring. We like to get spooky and supernatural when it comes to stuff that we don't want to do. Oh, I'm just going to put it in God's hands. You better pull your hands out your pocket and get to work. Roll your sleeves up and take responsibility. Oh, he gonna bless me to pay these bills some kind of way. Yeah, get up and work.
Yeah,
That's the truth.
Yep, get your butt up. The word said, if a man don't work, neither shall he eat. You ain't working,
You don't eat.
you don't eat.
That's the truth.
You eating a little too much not to be working now. Got your bag on a little heavy. The Messiah come to him to be baptized. That's why I came. There's no time to get like hecka humble, hecka religious, hecka I'm waiting on Yah. He like, man, I need to be baptized in you. And you're right. But what they got to do with what you got to do? We quick to take that position, to defer, to bow out. We want stuff to happen. We want the ministry to grow. We want to grow spiritually. We want our family together. We want our finances together. And we're looking for every shortcut and way out that we can. As opposed to being willing to roll your sleeves up and do what it takes. You want the relationship fixed, and fix it. Quit deferring. Time to stop praying and start obeying. Then pray. He said to even cut your prayer. If you got a problem that you need to deal with, cut your prayer and go fix it. So we need to cut our prayer for a minute and go do what you know to do. And quit always trying to blame it on a prayer. Oh, I'm praying about it. What can you do about it? Word teaches, having done all to stand. Stand therefore. After you've done everything you can do, now you can stand there for praying. Now you can pray. Now you can come to the throne of what they call grace with boldness to make your petitions known, that you might obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. Because you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to need him to intervene. You're going to need some intervention.
yes.
It's like he told Moses, they call him Moses, standing, he leaving Egypt, which represents leaving the world. Got the children of Israel, the army coming up behind them, hunting them down. There's mountains on both sides, army behind him, and there's a sea in front of him. He's stuck. He's stuck. Now I understand. He's stuck. He did everything else. He left Midian. He went to Egypt. He was preaching to him, pronounced the 10 plagues. He's working. He was doing everything that Yah told him to do. He wasn't working on his own continence either. He was obeying Yah. Yah was telling him what to do, how to do it, and he was working, physically working. Believing Yah the whole way, but he was working. And then when it came time that the last plague hit, it was time to go. They went and left. They had praise service. Miriam had the tambourine, and they dancing and praising. Thought it was over with. No, here come the devil. Devil came up behind them. Hey. Devil came up behind him. Devil wasn't going to let him go. Devil just didn't go away. Devil just don't go away like that. Devil just didn't go away. Came up behind him. Now he's stuck. Yah told him, stand still and see the salvation of Yah. Now Yah gonna move. Because having done all to stand, you did your part. You did what he called you to do. You rolled your sleeves up. You fought a good fight of faith. Now's time to pray. We're so quick to pray about stuff when we need to be doing something about it ourselves. You do it. Folks always want to start praying when it get ugly. When it get tough. Folks get to praying. When you should be hugging. You should be apologizing. You should be working hard. You should be saving. You should be counseling. You should be searching for a remedy. You should be doing all that you can do that's in your power. That's the requirement. He has equipped us with his Ruach HaKodesh. And greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world. And the word teaches in Acts, it says, you shall receive power after that the Ruach HaKodesh has come upon you. After the Spirit of Yah has invaded your vessel, invaded you, you're a bad individual. Whole lot of stuff you can do. And it's a whole lot of stuff that would be being done if people wasn't religious, being lazy. Don't want to get their hands dirty. Don't want to physically do nothing. We want to defer because we say we want to holler. We're prayer warriors now, see? Because we don't want to do nothing. Family in shambles. Do something. Roll your sleeves up and get busy. Do something. After having done all to stand, then stand and now pray. Do something. Get the hugging. Get the counseling. Get the pleading. Get the begging. Buy the candy. Do the flowers. Do something. You single? You by yourself? You lonely? Start meditating in relationship scripture and get them pimps and players out your face. Get the hoochie out your face. Mini skirt so short. Thought it was a t-shirt. That was a wristband. You see your chin from the bottom of the skirt. Nah, I get higher and higher. That's not your wife that y'all sent you. Believe me. Just so you didn't know. The Messiah come to Yahudah, come to John and say, man, I couldn't be baptized. He went straight religion on me. No. You the man. Miss me with that. No, real. Come on. Miss me. Look. I didn't come to play religion with you, dude. You already know what's written, right? You didn't read it? He said, suffer, and it's written, right? It suffered to be so. For us to fulfill our righteousness. The book told us what to do. Do what you're told to do and quit giving me accolades with all that religious stuff. Drawing down on me with your mouth. It's not time for that. What it's time for us to do is to get busy physically. To physically get busy. Physically. I need to get busy. Physically. Period. I'm going to take responsibilities for my house. Physically. And then if I run into a brick wall, then I need to pray. I didn't learn how to fight and pray at the same time. But at least I'm fighting. As opposed to just talking. As opposed to just saying, I'm going to pray. Praying. Yeah, pray. While you pray. Feet don't fail me now. Yeah, because I'm using them. Use your feet. Use what he gave you. Again, greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world. Yah has supplied us with everything we need as a ministry. But it's time for people to stop leaning on prayer and start doing something. Take the destiny. Greater is he that's in you than he in the world. So take your destiny in your hand. Sit around and let the devil rob you and bully you. Hey, you run around here. Go. Feel me? Join the spa, whatever. Eat health, whatever it is that you're praying about. Have you ever reinvestigated to see what you could be doing? What did he supply you with that you can do that you can then say, having done all to stand? Did everything I knew to do. Check, did that. Check, did that. Check, did that. Now I'm going to hear your prayer. Now I can come to the throne of grace with boldness, making my petitions known that I might obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. I need his unmerited favor to help in the time of need. And this is the time. Having my loins girded about with truth, breastplate of righteousness, helmet of salvation, feet sharp with the preparation of the gospel of peace, fully dressed, doing everything I know to do. I'm not going to leave nothing unturned. You know, the gospel is like this hungry, thirsty type of attitude, right? It's a hungry and it's a thirsty. Not only is it a hungry and a thirsty, right? It's a fight. It uses like violent terminologies, right? It uses terminologies that show that sets a state of mind that the kingdom of Yah suffers violence, but the violent take it by force. It's the state of mind that we're gonna use everything he gave us to get the job done. That's why we need to be all in. Did you know it takes you to love him with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength? Because everything you got belongs to him, and you should be using everything he blessed you with for the kingdom building. Everything that he gave you, you should be using. You should be seeking first the kingdom of Yah and his righteousness, knowing that all this other stuff going to be added to you. And the added part are the parts that you couldn't do on your own. That's why he said he going to add it. Or you're out of pocket spiritually if you're trying to add it yourself, because then you got to defer and leave from him. You got to defer to it. That got to become your target. That got to become your focus. That's why he said you can't serve two masters. He don't want you concentrating on the things of the world. He wants you concentrating on the things of Yah. If you then be risen with Yah, seek those things which are above, where Yah sits on the right hand, where Yahudah sits on the right hand of the throne of Yah. Set your affections. You can snatch your affections and you can set them on things above, and it said not on things on the earth. He literally told us not to take our affections and set them on things of the earth. He said, don't do it. So when you first seek the kingdom of Yah and his righteousness, knowing that all these other things will be added, he don't want you tripping off that because he going to add it. If you get it, he'll, because he added it. But he that seek to save his life, going to add it themselves. And that's when you know, that's when you're taking pictures like this. Lifting him up, lift him high. He said, if I be lifted up, you lifted your cakes up and put them all on Instagram. You doing it your doggone self. He said he gonna add it. You didn't add it. Now and then you wonder why Slick Willie up in your face. Slick Willie, you didn't lift them cakes up. Slick Willie, let's saw him. Hey girl. Hey girl. Did you summons me? He came. The Messiah came to Yachanan. They call him John, right? Yachanan the Immerser. They call him John the Baptist. The Immerser. And said, okay, baptize me. He said, no, I need to be baptized. Are you serious right now? Let's work. Let's get to whatever the job need to be done. Hey, look, the devil don't like us from a spiritual standpoint nor a natural. And don't think he just robbed you spiritually. He gonna clip you naturally too. So we got to start doing stuff to stop him physically. There's a work to be done in the physical. Yah is a spirit. And he took on, and that's going to help me go to the next part of the scripture. But Yah is a spirit. And they that worship him must worship in spirit and in the truth, right? That's John 4:24, right? But Yah being a spirit in the spirit realm, he dealing with the devil, but there's a natural war going on too. So to rescue us in the natural realm, he became natural. He was born and the word became flesh. The word is a spirit. Yahudah said, the words I speak unto you are spirit and life. The word is spirit, but the word came into a natural realm to rescue a natural people because there's a natural war going on too. He came in the natural to defeat the devil naturally too. It ain't just all spiritual, it's natural too. And we got a natural war to fight. We got to be together naturally. We got to team up now. There's a physical war. There's physical marriages. There's physical children. There's physical relationships. Physical siblings. Physical needs. Physical houses. Physical cars. Physical food. There's physical things that we need to do. First seeking the kingdom of Yah. But we got to physically do stuff. He came to that man, physically baptized me. Oh, man, man, you a bad man, man. Well, let me sign your autograph. Man, I heard you. Boy, I heard about your man. Man, go on with that, man. We got a job to do, ain't it? You notice the Messiah didn't allow people to butter him up? Good master. What you calling me good for? There's none good. What you calling me that for? And I am good, but I ain't getting into that with you. I'm not entertaining that carnal stuff you talk. You ain't talking about nothing. People come at us with that religious rhetoric, and a lot of times they don't know. You casting that religious spirit off of them, and that joker get to talking. You know what I mean? That religious spirit come up, and it wants compliments, and it wants to be recognized. Man, go on with that, man. Let's deal with what's really at hand. We got a work to do. We got a work to do, and we need to do it. And it takes everyone to roll their sleeves up, their natural sleeves up. Being governed by the Spirit. You roll your natural sleeves up based on the Spirit, not based on carnality. You baptize me. It's a carnal move, but it's for the Spirit. It's in obedience to the Word. The Word already told you what we had to do. He that told you to come before the foundation, he that told you to come, told you that whom you see, the Spirit of Yah descending like a dove from heaven and abiding among, is the same one that sent the Spirit. It is he that was referred before me. That's him. And you knew you were supposed to baptize him. So it's not time to get religious. Look what it say, y'all. Matthews 3:13. Then cometh Yeshua from Galilee onto Jordan, onto Yachanan to be baptized of him. But Yachanan forbid him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee, and thou comest to me. Oh, see, I got to go some more. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to stop cussing. I'm waiting on y'all. No, it's just you understand what I'm saying? Hey, the scripture clearly said he forbade him. He said, no, I ain't baptizing you. I got too much respect. I don't do that. I don't do that now. I don't play with it. I'm just going to smoke it when I get across the street. As long as we standing right here, You can give me the matches and I'll be ready. Give me the matches, give me the cigarette, but I ain't going to fire it up right here, Deacon. I thank you for being a man of y'all and gave it to me. But you smoke it right here. That's between you and God. I'm across the street. I don't know why I went there, y'all. That was crazy as hell. Then cometh Yahudah from Galilee unto John to be baptized of him. But John said no. He forbade him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee. That's deferring. That's being religious. You're supposed to do something, but you ain't going to do it. And then you're going to do it in the form of honor. That's what he did, right? He was like worshiping him and said, no, I ain't going to do it. I'm too busy worshiping you. So you're not going to obey? What you got?
Well, I just wanted to read. This version says, but John protested strenuously, having a mind to prevent him, saying, it is I who have need to be baptized of you. It kind of got more detail how he just protested and wanted to prevent him and stop him from doing the will of he come to do the will.
On some worship stuff.
John should have knew better.
Too many people is quick to worship and not obey.
That's right.
People do not obey what y'all tell them to do in the name of like they reverencing him.
It sounds like it was a false sense of humility.
Correct. It's exactly what it was. And it's a false sense. But I bet you anything John thought it was real. I don't believe he's trying to be deceitful at all.
Right.
I believe sin is deceitful. I believe that people be of a spirit and they don't even know it.
That's true.
In respect to, Hey, you coming to service? No, not how I've been thinking lately. I respect him too much for that.
That's why you should come.
Right.
That's for real.
It's that type of stuff. And I think they serious too. Oh, no. Girl. No, partner. No, I ain't going to play with him. Yeah, I'm going to sit right here and drink my thing, man, and just, you pray for me, though. That's that religious stuff.
Sound like my brother.
What it takes. Don't you say that on here and get me whooped.
What she said?
There you go. We got to learn that obedience is better than sacrifice, right? And to hearken than the fat of the ram. Do what he say do. Real talk. We need to learn to do what he say do and not mask it under honor and respect. There's some good food in this, man, too. Yahudah came from Galilee on the Jordan unto John to be baptized of him. But John said, no. He forbade him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee. Comest thou to me? Who am I? You the one that should start obeying is who you are. You should start doing what Yah told you to do. Period. .com. We need to start obeying and not, come on, y'all. Y'all understand, don't you? And Yahudah answered and said unto him, suffer to be so now. Man, go on with that. Do it now. Not only do it, but do it now. We need to learn to start doing what he tells us to do now. Quit being slowful. There's a work for us to do. And we need to do it collectively. Everybody needs to be doing their part. And we need to do it now. Save yourself from this untoward generation. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, touch, agree, and according to his will, they shall have what they ask for if they don't doubt. Add in, stand forgiving. I put all the scriptures together. Complete conversation. You got to stand forgiving. You can't be holding no grudges and nothing like that. You got to come together. Touch and agree. We got to line up upon this word, and we all need to be doing it. We're all one body. Members in particular. We're members in particular. Everybody in here, members in particular. And everyone got a call and anointing on their life, and we make up one body, one living organism. Everyone in here is important.
That's right.
Everybody. Ain't no big eyes and little U's. Everyone got something to do. Yield your seat to my mother.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Everyone got something to do. Suffer to be so now. For this it becomes us to fulfill all righteousness. What part of the righteousness we ain't got to fulfill? I'm interested. Is there anything in here that we can negate and not do that he said do? He said not only do it now, but it fulfills us to complete, to obey, to do, to fulfill, to honor. All righteousness, everything that is written. The word says he come in the volume of the book to do his will, right? He came according to scripture. He didn't come on his own kick. And anytime somebody tried to involve his flesh, he rebuked them. You got Cephas. They call him Peter, right? Peter said, man, you ain't finna go to Jerusalem and be killed. No, you ain't finna do that. He said, get behind me, Satan. If you look at what he's saying, he really was like, man, I love you, man. I got your back. You ain't, man, come on with that, man. I don't need that. I need to grow. I need to change. I do not need somebody in my bosom coaching me away from obeying Yah. And a statement like, oh, we're only human, is exactly that. If someone said to you, oh, we're only human, you could have a proper response by saying, get behind me, Satan. Oh, well, you yeah, you get a, oh, man, well, yeah. I don't need you to tell me I'm only human to try to pump me up to do wrong, to justify me being in sin, to justify me going against the Creator. I don't need to hear that from you. I need somebody that's going to be down with the Most High. I need somebody that's going to prompt me towards the Most High. When John forbade in the name of a compliment, did it work? Or did the Messiah say, man, go on with that. Do it now. We got some righteousness. I'm not going to side with your flesh. He was one-track minded towards the things of Yah. We all need to be one-track minded towards the will of Yah. We all need to be loving. We all need to be forgiving. We all need to be assembling. We all need to be giving. We all need to be studying to show ourselves approved. We all need to be studying, and we all need to be doing. We all need, who can sing up in this joker? We all need to be singing, playing the drums. We all need to be saying, oh man. We all need to be, come on somebody, in the physical. Baptize me physically. Man, I need to be baptized in you. Yep, you do. But that's not what we're talking about right now.
Right.
right. You ain't lying. And I plan to baptize you too, and that with fire. It's going to get hot, baby boy. Yeah, you finna get your head lifted, buddy. You have no idea about what you finna go through. So what you would want to do is baptize me. So it won't be in vain. Because if you do not baptize me, your head is gone, buddy, and you're in trouble. We're all going to go through it. But it suffers us to fulfill righteousness. It suffers us to do something. We got to take responsibility for our homes. We got to take responsibility for our families. We got to take responsibility for our finances. And we got to take responsibility for the call that's on our life. We got to take responsibility, and we got to live that joker out. And we got to do it according to the word. According to him saying, suffer to be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Whatever's written, he came in the volume of the book, we got to get out in the volume of the book too. Whole lot of stuff we need to pray about. We're warring in the heavenly. It's the truth. Whole lot of stuff we need to be praying about. But you need to know how to put it in its proper perspective. After doing all you had to do, while you're doing it, be praying. But after you have exhausted all your resources, have you tried this? Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Then the answer is no. Then hold on. Keep your gift, keep your prayer at the altar, and go reconcile yourself to your brother or your sister. Go reconcile yourself to your spouse. Go reconcile yourself to your sister, your brother, to your cousin. Go reconcile yourself. Go reconcile yourself, then come back and pray. Go fix it. You do something. You do something. I ain't mad at you for praying about it, but there's about 6 other things you ain't tried. You ain't tried. You just want to put it on me. And that's what the Messiah was letting him know. You want me to do everything, huh? You ain't gonna baptize me, huh? You know I come to save the world. You must do that scripture. Okay, so now you ain't gonna participate. Is that what you said? Boy, if you don't baptize me and quit playing and do your part, do what you supposed to do. Wow. Do your part. I got mine. I'm gonna bathe. You do yours. Baptize me like he said. Open the building. clean the bathroom, write the check, get your hand out their underclothes if they don't belong to you. Whatever's written of you, you do that. You go counsel your wife. You go apologize. You go do it. You do it. You go fix it. Then if you come back and you then went down the checklist and it's still ugly, then come to the throne of grace with boldness to make your petitions known. That you might obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. And I might show up and show out. Especially if they belong to me, that's exactly what I'm going to do. If they're submissive to what I'm saying, you're going to get the increase. I'm going to fix the marriage. I'm going to fix the kids. I'm going to fix the household. I'm going to fix your finances. More importantly, I'm going to start by fixing you. So suffer to be so now. Don't get religious on me. Oh, I'm praying about it. Laughable. Do it now. Take her on a date now. Take him to the ball game now. Shoot pool with him now. Go to the gym with him. Now. Suffer to be so now. Oh, I'm waiting on God. We love that. Oh, he gonna move till I can see it. Whole house dying. Joke if you don't roll your sleeves up. Something to be so right now. After having done all to stand, have you done everything you know how to stand? Have you done all? Can y'all say all? All. After having done all. Wow, that's it. Let me kick back and meditate on that. After having done all to stand, to make it work, to fix it, everything I know to do. He came down 42 generations. He's patient with the wickedness of mankind, and in his patience he endured with a plan in mind. Came down 42 generations, born of a virgin, then he went straight into teaching mode. He was even a little kid teaching. He was confounding folks when he was 12 years old, working. He was a little shocked at his mama. Didn't you know I was about my father's business? What y'all looking for me for? But he done all. And then when it came to a breaking point, he was in the Garden of Gethsemane. He was praying and stressed out to the level that his blood vessels was erupting and coming out of his sweat glands. He was bleeding sweat. That's how much stress. That's being stressed to death. He's on the brink of dying. Had he had sin in his life, he'd have died. But death didn't have no claim on him. His body was done. You're sweating blood? He was finished. But the wage of sin is death, and he had never sinned. So his body was just going to go through. He was going to sit there and just suffer. He had to say on that tree, it is finished. And he yielded up to ghost, because the ghost wasn't leaving. He never sinned. He said, they didn't take my life, I laid it down.
Yes.
But having done all to stand, he did everything to stand. We come up short and want to pray. What you praying about? Praying about such oh, Lord, I'm starving. Glass of water sitting right there. Lord, oh, I'm about to die of thirst. Oh, glass of water sitting right there. Boy, if you don't be quiet and drink that water and quit playing, suffer to be so now with your crazy self, reach your little lazy hand out and get that glass right there and drink it. And pray about what's your real problem. You want to get me to looking at this glass of water that you can reach. That ain't your problem. You protested something else. And you want to blame it on some water that you can drink. You want to pray about a problem that you can fix. You want to pray about a problem that you caused. and can fix. You caused the problem and you can fix it. But you rather pray? Get your crazy butt up off your knees and suffer it to be so now. I hate preaching on myself. Anyway. And suffer to be so now. Do what you're supposed to do. Period. Sound fair to me. Suffer to be so now. Thus it become us. It looks good for us. It is ordained of us. We're called to do what the heck he say. Yahudah broke down. The words say, did he suffer them? Okay. Do we got any okays in the room? Okay. Okay, you right, y'all. You tell the truth. Then Yahushua went up. Then when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water, and lo, the heavens opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of Yah descending like a dove and lightened upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased. Yah responded. Hey, look, he came about the water, and exactly what Yah had told John before this even occurred. I'm going to send you to do something, and to whom you're going to be dealing with when you see the dove descending. So that means he knew he's supposed to baptize him, because Yah had already told him what he's supposed to do. Because he said, to whom you see the dove descending, the Ruach, the Spirit of Yah descending from heaven, and abiding upon is him that baptized with the Ruach HaKodesh. He's the one that sent the Spirit, right? So in order for that to happen, because it did happen, he had to first baptize him, right? He baptized him, and then that happened. He had to obey. And when you obey, watch Yah move. When you obey, when you do what he told you to do, that's when he came up out of the water. The dove came down just like Yah told him. Yah's not a man that he should lie, nor a son of man that should repent. He will stand by his word. The word will not go out of his mouth and return void. He will rescue you. He will deliver you. He will fix it if you do what he told you to do. Because soon as he did it, Yah moved. And then he even verbalized, he sanctioned it verbally. This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased. And religious folks hinder that in their own life. Those type experiences, right? Had he stayed religious and forbade him on some, oh, you too good for me to do that. Oh, I'm not worthy. Oh, you ain't going to bake because you're not worthy, huh? Oh, I can't do it. You can if he told you to. Greater is he that's in you than he's in the world. Do what he told you to do. Go home and fix your family. Go home and fix your family. Go home and fix whatever the problem is, go fix it. Take responsibility. Quit blaming Yah for everything and take responsibility. Take responsibility and fix it. Just don't take responsibility. Oh, I did it. That's just the beginning, baby bubble. Take responsibility and then fix it. Yeah. Sounds fair. Take responsibility. Look at your life and the crap that's in it. Take responsibility. Look back. Go back down memory lane. The crap you done. And you finish? Now fix it. And after having done all the stand, and it still look weird, he says, still don't quit. Stand therefore. Now come to the throne of grace with boldness, and I'm going to help you out. Just like he told Moses. They call him Moses. He was trapped, and he told him, stand still. Don't move, boy. You in trouble. You finna go down for real if I don't show up. But guess what? Since you done all, then I'm going to do my part. That's when the heavens opened up. And he said, this is my beloved Son. That's when the dove came down. The Spirit descended like a dove, rather. And that's when your deliverance is going to come. After you have done all to stand. Suffer it to be so. Suffer it. Right now. Give y'all praise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Spirit living y'all, we love you and thank you for the imparting of the truth of your word. You're awesome. I didn't know what you was going to say, but you definitely was talking to me. And I thank you for it. Bless everyone in the room on the sound of my voice. Show up and show out. Do what only you can do in their lives. Perfect us all. Cause us to roll up our sleeves naturally that we may be obedient to you spiritually. And we trust that you're going to show up and show out like you always do. And we celebrate even the victory in the matchless name of Yahushua HaMashiach. We humbly pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah, and amen. Give him a praise. I didn't record it. You do that for me. Stone. You don't think it worked?
I think it stopped when we said it's missing.
It still ain't
No,
doing
I
that?
didn't, no, I didn't stop.
We did?
Yeah. 'cause
Push
I
finish.
picked up my phone.
Yeah, push, the blue thing.
That's no blue thing.
We'll push finish. No, just touch it, hold it.
It's not.
Just that white.
Well, the keyboard is up. The keyboard
Right here?
is up.
Oh, lower the keyboard.
Oh, okay. Finish.